Hello and welcome back. Back at camp today to try and finish off the shelter. Well, try and finish off the actual kind of the roof section of it, maybe blocking the ends. So, and is to try and get all those in, which I haven't got loads left to do, and maybe try and block off the ends as well. So, I haven't been back for about a week because it's a nice day today. So, I think I'm going to walk back down the track, try and find some long sticks again that we can use for the roof section, and then I want to try and get some thinner ones to lay across as like a lattice work, and then try and wait for the leaf litter to kind of build up, and and try and build up the roof a little bit, hoping to try and spend the night over here in the next kind of 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm going to get back here and do some work. But the woodland is looking nice today. The sun's out, so hopefully it'll be a nice day. So today I'm rocking the Silky gomboy, and I've also got the pocket boy in my pocket as well. So to cut some wood for the roof. So there's plenty of wood around here, as you can see. This has been laying in here for absolutely ages, so I am going to make use of it now. So let's cut. It's quite dead and rotten, but it will work. So there's one. Cut all these bits off. Absolutely love this Silky gomboy. Really nice saw. Cuts on the pull. But yeah, good bit of kit. And don't get me wrong, I love my bow saw, the Agro Canyon bow saw, but this is just a little bit more packable when you're bringing a smaller day sack out, rather than like your big Bergen or whatever. So yeah, I want to get some more. You can see there's wood absolutely everywhere. So this bit's quite alright. But what I do is when I'm cutting wood, I use my legs as a bit of a lock. So just put it between your knees, like so, and then just make sure you cut away from yourself. So see what length you need, which I think I'm going to actually cut it from that end. So pop it between your legs as a bit of a lock, and then just make sure you cut to the side of your body. You can also sit down and do it and like lock it between your legs, but especially when it's wet, it's better to stand up. So I'm going to try and get some quite straight, nice bits off this downed tree just here, which has been down for quite a while by the looks of it. So try and get some nice thicker bits. So I'm going to go for this piece here. Good thing about these Silkies is because they haven't got like a big handle like the bow saw, you can get them into smaller areas to cut branches. Because a bow saw, you'd have issues getting in here, I think. So snap these bits off. There you go for this one as well. So I'm going to cut this one off. Cut off all the branches while it's still attached. Make my life easier later. and then put it right at the base. I need these branches around about head to chest height really now, so start getting them together. As you can hear, I've got a bit of a chesty cough, so got plenty of warm layers if it drops cold a bit later. So yeah, I'm going to start looking for some more. Okay, so I've collected a load of sticks to finish off the roof, or hopefully finish off most of the roof. I just thought I'd go through what I wear when I'm out in the woods, doing bushcraft or on a hike or whatever. Obviously, hiking, lightweight hiking, camping, wild camping will change slightly depending on the weather and where I'm going and what the weather is and everything. So, but generally out in the woods, starting from the bottom, work my way up. So these are just some Merrill walking boots. They're about 3/4 up the ankle, Gore-Tex lined, really comfortable out the box. These ones are actually more of a scrambling boot. They've got like a, on the toe at the front, I will leave a link in the description below if you can find them, like a smooth section, so it's good for like climbing and stuff. And they're really good as well. None of the kit I buy is drastically expensive because I use it and it's going to get battered. So I don't really believe in buying really expensive, couple of £100 this and that trousers when there are companies that you can get that stuff really expensive. But I look out for the deals and stuff. So next trousers down are the Revolution Race trousers. These are the RVRC ones, which are not the Norwand pant, the really bushcrafty ones with the pockets on the front. These are like the next one down. They've got hard wearing sections on the knees, down below, and obviously on the bum. But in the middle here, there's like a baffle, which is really stretchy. So it's good for moving around and kneeling and stretching and whatever you're doing. Wearing the top, you've got, my jacket's now stuck because obviously it would be. So at the top, you've got nice strong belt loops with a couple of little loops on to like clip your stuff onto. Two side pockets, so leg pockets, 2 pockets at the top, and then 1 bum pocket as well. So really good quality trousers. I can't rate them enough. The only thing I didn't like was at the bottom, the elastic kind of cut around the ankle. The reason is if you wear a higher boot, yes, that'd be great, but I wear quite a low boot for now. So they was kind of getting stuck on my boot and whatever and annoying me a little bit. So I just cut the elastic underneath. And now they're a bit wider at the bottom, so they sit better over my boot. There is elastic, sorry, not elastic, there is elastic still in there, but there's Velcro on the bottom. So if I do wear a higher boot in the winter, then I can kind of do them up around it to stop the draft getting up or the wet or whatever. So moving on to t-shirts. These are just bog standard t-shirts, cotton usually, or I have got some synthetic ones as well, which I wear depending on weather and temperature and etc. The jacket wise, this is my new Salon Jack, which is Decathlon hunting soft shell jacket. I only got it the other day. This is the first time kind of wearing it out in the trees. I wore it for a little walk the other day and it's really good. So if we just get a little bit closer, it's, as you can see, like a 2-tone green and brown colour. It's got a 2-way zip at the middle, so you can zip it all the way up, and then there's a zip so you can vent a little bit as well. At the front, you've got nice 2 deep big pockets, which are fur lined or like fleece lined. You've got 2 chest pockets, which are really big, go right underneath your armpit, which, as you can see, if I pull this out now, it easily fits in my Silky gomboy. So that sits nicely in that pocket, and it doesn't feel weird in the pocket as well because it's like right underneath your armpit. Talking about underneath the armpit, you have got some vent holes. They're not massive, but they're big enough, which you can do up, or you can obviously vent. You've got 2, as I say, 2 chest pockets, 1 here. You've got pockets inside, 1 pocket inside. It is like that really thin fleecy line that you get in a lot of soft shell jackets, and it's also got a rear pocket as well, which, as you can see, goes right through to the other side. One thing I did like about this jacket, which other ones didn't have, which was like in the price range I was looking for is it's got this kind of low bit at the bottom, which a lot of hiking outdoor jackets do nowadays. When you bend over, it still covers your bum. It's got Velcro around the sleeves, so you can do your sleeves up to keep the wind out. Okay, it has got a hood on it, which is a nice, tight fitting, not too big hood, which I hate when you buy certain jackets. You've got a big baffly hood. It is removable by, there's a couple of buttons just inside here and a zip at the back and a little flap. So you could take that off if you didn't need it for a certain thing. Pop it in the pocket at the back if you wanted to or whatever. So you've always got it with you if it does drop a bit cold. I will be doing another review of this in a couple of weeks when I've actually used it a lot more. This is going to be like my winter kind of dry winter jacket. So I'm going to put some layers on underneath, and it's not going to get as damaged as other jackets that I've got, which are like the down jacket, my big black one, which is my warm weather jacket, my cold weather jacket, and this isn't going to get as battered in the trees walking through these hawthorns and etc. It's going to stand up to a bit of battering because it's what it's designed for, being out hunting or whatever. So, but yeah, I'll do another review in a couple of weeks once I've used it a bit more and it took a bit of a battering through the trees. Okay, so I've collected a load of sticks, and now I'm just going to lay them all on, see how many I need, and yeah, go and collect some more if I need to. So what I want to do is I'm going to put them on first before I cut them all down to see lengths and what that I've got, so I can cut them down to the correct length. So as I said, I'll put that stick at the back so I can see generally where they're going to land, and I have got some longer and shorter ones, so I will pop everything on and see where we go from here. So I'm not being precious, I'm just laying them on, seeing where they sit properly, whichever way they land round. I'll try and get some around this side in between the trees. I might have to go through that way and then back under, which would probably work better anyway. So stack them in nice and tight. So I am going to cut these off so they're not too long eventually. So I'm going to carry on going. That one's perfect. Excuse the sniffing, as I am very well at the minute, but I've been stuck inside for the last couple of days, so I needed to get out, just wrap up warm. So carry on putting these through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut off some of these branches so I can see where we are. So using the Silky again, I'm just going to put these down. So I'm just going to keep adding these sticks until the roof is done. I think I am going to need some more, which is fine. So just keep popping them on. Any that are a bit short, I think I might just add them to this end anyway. Just try and fill some of the gaps. So just to keep bringing them nice and close. I do need some more, quite a few more, which is fine. just going to make this slowly over the next couple of weeks, really. I'm not going to rush it. So keep adding these in. So once I get to this point here, obviously there is a tree in the way, but there's only leave a small gap. So when I weave in everything else, it should just kind of fill the gap anyway. So as I say, any shorter ones I do collect, I'm just going to add to this smaller end. So I want to go and find some more sticks now, and then I can start filling everything in. Okay, so just finished the roof off. So as you can see, it's all laid along now. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to collect some thinner branches and lay them that way along to try and create a bit of a lattice. And then yeah, and then I can add some leaves and stuff when obviously the leaves start to drop in a month or so. So I'm just going to have a quick brew and then carry on with a bit of camp admin. So just making a quick cup of tea. So as usual, Trangia cooker with the fire maple billy pot, milk powder mixed in my titanium cup, tea bag, sugar, obviously got to be Yorkie tea as well. So that's blooming nicely and is now warming up my water. As I could just make my cup of tea in my titanium mug, but I like to mix the milk powder in a bit of cold water, so that's why it's mixed like that. So I'm just going to sit and chill, have a brew, and then crack on. I'm also, my new learning journey is I'm going to start doing some animal tracking and signs and a bit of trapping, as I've mentioned before. So after speaking to Trevor Ferrell-Stevens, he's recommended this Collins guide to animal tracks and signs. So I'm going to start bringing this out with me to have a little read of, start doing a bit of tracking around the local woodland. Yeah, just to kind of expand my knowledge on that a little bit. So this was off eBay for £3 something secondhand, and it's pretty much perfect, to be honest. So have a look. Don't always buy new books. Yeah, so this was just off one of those secondhand bookstops on eBay, and yeah, so that's going to be my new kind of learning journey. Okay, so I've just come to the other side of the woodland to grab some thin willow branches for a little project that I'm going to be working on, which I'll show you in a bit. But just apple tree. So I knew there was quite a few around here. This is just a bog standard apple tree. So I'm going to get a stick and grab a few for a snack because I'm getting a little bit hungry. But yeah, there's quite a few apple trees around here. So I didn't know this one was here. I just spotted a few apples on the floor. So I'm going to grab a few. Okay, so a little thing I've always wanted to try is to make popcorn in the woods. So I've got my frying pan. I've got some of this easy pop microwave popcorn, the sweet and salty one. My idea is I'm going to try and make a little cage that goes over the top out of some willow that'll sit on top of there, maybe just raised up a little bit away from the flame of my Trangia, and then I'll put the popcorn in there and it'll hopefully pop, and the little cage on top will catch the popcorn. My idea is the bird traps that you can make, which is basically just two pieces of wood with some string, and you kind of interlock it and make it all into like a bit of a cage. And my idea is to make one to put on top of my frying pan. I will put a little photo, if I can work out how to do it, either on the screen or a little bit of a photo now of what I mean. So that'll sit on top. So I just need to measure the size of this, basically, so I can make a square. And once I've cut all the wood, generally to size, I'll bring you back and show you what I mean. Okay, so I've got my sticks here, which this one should sit nicely on the edge of there. So I'm going to put the string on and make an X, and I'll show you the next part in a second. So I've got my army green string, as usual, and I'll show you the next bit. Okay, so my idea is to make, as I say, like a bit of a bird trap to go over the top. So I've never done this before, so let's see how it pans out. So, from what I believe on watching videos is they go under like that, and the next one goes like this underneath, and the next one on top like so, and then on top I have got some more sticks if I need some more to cut them. Now I think I'm going to need some more sticks here, so I think I'll cut some more and start again. Okay, let's try this again with some more wood. So this one goes under here like so, and the next one like this. Push them out. Next one like that. The next one like this. This is going to go Pete Tong, I think. Like that. As you can see, it is making a little bit of a kind of a cage. I just need to adjust everything, I think. So it's my first time making something like this, so it may go horribly wrong. We'll see any second now. So that one needs to go underneath there. That one underneath there. And then just push everything out slightly. Some of these sticks are a little bit short. And then that goes underneath there. Right, I think I'm going to try and get a couple of thicker sticks to put through the top. So, to create a bit of pressure like a wedge. So, I'm thinking if I put a thick one in the top of there, it might push it out, tighten everything up. Make like a bit of a wedge shaped. So let's just take a bit off, make a bit of a wedge. Now I'm hoping if I can get this under here without everything falling apart. So it generally looks like what it does in the photos in my book, the books, but not fully self-supporting. So I don't know if I've done something wrong here or so on. Need to be thicker sticks or something, but I'm going to carry on. So let's just adjust everything out a little bit, see if rolling everything out will make it a bit tighter. So you can see the general idea is it'll sit on top of there like that, and hopefully catch the popcorn. We'll see. Or may, just to stop the popcorn maybe popping out as much, is just weave some thin bits in between each of the what's the names. So maybe some thin bits off the willow. But I need to get my bum in here because we're going to start losing light soon because winter is approaching. So I'll have a little go of see if I can make it a bit more secure, and then I might try put some popcorn in it a bit. Okay, so I've had my spam, cheap spam. I'm just making a chicken shot thing. Then I'm going to tempt the popcorn. So popcorn's here. I'm going to rip open the bag. This is the stuff you put in the microwave, obviously, so it comes in a pouch. So I'm going to have to get a shot of the pouch. Anyway, so rubbish there. A minute or so for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the pouch open a touch just to get some of the kernels out. Hopefully this doesn't go pig tongue. Right, so cut the pouch open. Kernels are there. These are sweet and salty, so I'm hoping this goes to plan. So let's take this off. Put that in there to warm up. I was going to say cook, it's not exactly cook, is it? So one thing I'm going to have to do is use my spatula and my spoon. Just take these little bars off, which I use to put the cup on. Put that out. Top up the meths. Well, it's not meths, it's the alcohol stuff. Relight us. And then I'm going to get the frying pan back on to warm up. Bit of oil in the bottom. Now, as I say, this might go completely right or completely wrong, depending on how hot everything gets, but we'll put about that much in, and then I might keep the rest. If it does work, I can do some another day. So wrap that up, and then I'm going to take the spam packet, because I forgot to bring the bin bag. Hopefully the spam packet will fit in there, which, watch fingers, kind of does. And that can go back in my food bag to take home, along with the popcorn. Right, so as I say, this is currently warming up. I don't know how this is going to work, but the plan is for that to sit on there like that and catch the popcorn. This may go totally wrong, it may go right, who knows, but we will see in the next few minutes once it's warmed up. I'm just hoping we can get enough heat to pop the kernels. So as and when they start popping, I will bring you back and see what happens. Okay, so the oil is starting to warm up now. You can see everything starting to kind of bubble. So I'm hoping in the next few minutes we may get some popcorn popping, but we'll see how it pans out, literally. So I'll bring you back in a sec. Okay, we've got some sizzling going. I can smell the sweet and salty. So any second now, hopefully. Come on, let it work. Any second. Oh, we've got one popped. A couple of popping now. Let's zoom in so we can see them. We've got a couple popping. I don't know how good these are gonna taste, but we'll see. Oh, one popped out. It did work then, look, it held it in. Oh. I think it needs thinner sticks, a lot more thinner sticks to make it smaller. Maybe wind some in between. Maybe no oil as well, I'm not quite sure. I might see how we get on, and I might try this again, because I've got plenty of a packet, and with no oil. See if they pop any better. Now the pan's hot as well, actually, rather than like warming up. So once it stopped popping, I think I might try it again with the other stuff, with the dry. Right, let's take that out now. Put that down there in a minute. It don't look right, to be honest. So it has popped, as you can see. Yeah, really hard. So let's just, you never know. Maybe a hot dry pan will be the solution. But you've got to try these things, yeah, for 79p. If it failed, it's not too bad. But that's what we're getting. So they're not like fluffy. They're just rock hard. So maybe I need different kernels or something. Yeah, they're not fluffy at all. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a disaster, but you've got to try these things, haven't you? Maybe just plain popcorn would work better. There's a few decent ones. Maybe the sweet and salty mix hasn't helped really, I don't think. So maybe it needs hotter heat, to like warmer heat. I'm not quite sure, but it's not that bad. Maybe I don't think it's hot enough. I'm not quite sure, but it hasn't exactly worked the way I wanted it to, but it is what it is. my little cage thing worked pretty well. Held the popcorn in to a certain extent. But I think we'll call that a bit of a failure. But try some just plain popcorn next time maybe, without the sweet and salty mix. Right, I'm going to call it a day here, so I will see you again soon.